Hi guys, today I'm filming the second update for my Project Tin Pan Summer Edition. If you guys did not see the intro or my first update, I'll have my playlist linked up in the cards. There is only 1 month left in this project, which is pretty exciting. I have really been enjoying using these items, but I will be excited to start my fall project pan coming up soon. And I'm also currently doing a Finish 13 by Halloween project, which is a collab. I'll have that playlist linked up in the cards as well if you're interested. And I was feeling really overwhelmed doing my summer project and my Halloween project at the same time. I wasn't sure if I was going to be successful in either project, but luckily over the past 2 weeks I finished a couple things in my Halloween project, but I finished a ton of things in this project. I was actually able to hit my goal on 7 things within the past month, which is amazing, especially considering my first month just 1 thing. So I'm feeling super excited about all the progress I was able to make. So I will start by letting you know my thoughts of the things I finished, and then I'll show you the progress on the few items I have left. The first thing I finished is the Boscia Porefecting White Charcoal Mattifying Treatment Primer. I think I was somewhere down here, and I'm really happy that I have this used up. I told you guys in my last update that this is similar to the Becca Evermatte and the Makeup Forever Mattifying Primer, where it is a little bit thicker and a little bit of a gluey consistency. It isn't quite as bad as those, even though this is one of the better gluey mattifying primers that I've tried, because it wasn't the easiest to work with, and for my other makeup and moisturizer to mesh in well with this, it's not something I would repurchase, but I definitely didn't mind using it up. The next thing I finished is the NYX Sculpt in Highlight in the shade Taupe Ivory. Of course, in this project I was just using the highlighting shade, and this is a very light shade, but it has a really peachy undertone, so I was using it as a corrector under my eyes. This gives some really nice medium coverage, more of a natural satin finish. I really enjoyed using this product as a corrector. I'm happy to have it used up. Corrector isn't necessary for me because I don't have a ton of darkness under my eyes. I had tried the sculpting shade a couple times. The color is not pretty at all, and it also didn't blend out as well as the highlight shade for some reason, so this is not something I would recommend or repurchase. Even though I like this product, you don't get enough to justify buying the duo just to use one side of it. So again, happy that is done, because that has been neglected in my collection basically since I bought it. The next thing I finished is very sad. This is the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. This is the travel size you can buy from Sephora, but this actually lasted me quite a while. My favorite under eye setting powder. I have really oily under eyes, so it works really well. If you have dry under eyes, I don't know if you would like this, because it can feel a little heavy, emphasized lines a little bit for me, but it sets concealer so well. I really love this. I'm not going to repurchase this right away because I do have quite a few other loose powders I'll be using to set my under eyes. So once I use up all of those, I might repurchase this. But also in my Halloween project pan, I'm using the Dermablend loose powder under my eyes, and I've actually fallen in love with that one a lot, and I think it looks really nice, and it doesn't emphasize lines as much, and it's also a little bit more brightening. I think this one can darken my concealer a little bit, and then my under eyes don't look as bright, so I don't know. I love this one, but the Dermablend actually is really good as well. So we'll see what I do in the future. I have a lot more powders to work through. The next thing I'm really surprised I finished, and I finished it just a couple days ago, and that's because I have been using this daily. And this was the Anastasia eyeshadow in China Rose. I was using it as a blush, and I will insert a picture of what this looked like at the last update. So you guys can see I used up a ton of this, and this is a very pigmented eyeshadow. It has a really deep coral base with a beautiful golden shimmer, so I couldn't pack on too much or I would look crazy. So I was using this every day, and in my videos I was using different blushes, and then after I finished filming I would go over the top of whatever blush I was using with a little bit of this to get some use out of this. It was a really pretty shade. It's not something that I would repurchase as an eyeshadow because I have other shades that are similar. It's not something I would repurchase to use as a blush because I do have theBalm's Hot Mama, which is super similar, except it's a little bit lighter and more wearable for my skin tone. I'm really happy that I used it up as a blush because I wouldn't have gotten the proper use out of it as an eyeshadow. And then the next item is super exciting. I finished my ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in Get Lucky, which was a beautiful gold eyeshadow. It's an ultra metallic finish. One of my favorite ColourPop eyeshadows of all time. I'm not going to repurchase this anytime soon, but I'm considering trying Cheap Date instead, which is also gold, but I'm wanting to see what the difference is between the two. So if you've tried them both, let me know. But I really do like the shade. I love it, especially in the holidays. It is really nice with like a deeper red lip, but I love my ColourPop Super Shock shadows on the lid. I think that they're really pigmented and beautiful. Once they start to dry out, the best way I get them to apply is using a sponge tip applicator. So I'll apply one layer with a sponge tip applicator to get the precision, then I'll do transition, crease, finish the rest of my eyeshadow look. But before eyeliner and mascara, I'll take another layer of this with my finger and just press it on to really get that intense pigment and metallic shine. The next item I finish off is unbelievable to me. I finished my MAC Patent Polish lip pencil in Go for Girlie. This is just the plastic piece right here. I completely used up the product. This is a very, very bright, warm, pinky shade. And the reason that this is used up, considering, let me show you my progress line. So that was the intro, that was the last update. I used up that much, which is pretty insane. The way I was able to use this up is that I was using this like a chapstick, and I definitely feel like I did waste it a smidge, and that's because I still don't have a job, so I haven't been going where needing to reapply products. I'm just putting on makeup for videos, so it makes it harder to work through lip products. But the formula of these are actually really hydrating. Most lip products will dry my lips out if I continue to reapply them, not these. They actually work quite moisturizing. Now, I wouldn't use this normally as a substitute for a lip balm, but it did work really well. I love the formula of these because they give really nice full opacity with a really glossy shine. They feel comfortable on the lips. They make them look juicier, fuller. They are very pigmented, and these have a little bit of thickness, which makes them last on the lips for a decent amount of time. I really do love this formula. However, I don't love this color as much as I used to. I'm just not into brights at all anymore. If I'm going with something a little bit brighter, I want it to be more sheer. So I will purchase other shades from this line most likely, and I'll be happy to use the other ones that I have, but I will not be repurchasing this shade. The last item I have finished is the Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Eau de Toilette. This is a little roller ball. I was right here at the last update, which is when I added this in, and the product ends right there. So I used up a lot, and I went through this really quickly. I don't know what it is about this roller ball in particular, but it seems like a lot of product came out. This smells amazing. I love the scent. I definitely want to buy a full bottle or like a smaller bottle of this. I wish they made this in a eau de parfum, because toilettes do not last on my skin for a very long time. My body just like repels scents for some reason, so I have to put them on my clothes, and I really benefit most from an eau de parfum. So if they sell that, I will be happy to get it, or I might still get a small bottle of this because I want this to be my new go-to spring scent. So I'll show you the progress on all of the items that I have left. The first is the Dr. Brandt Pores No More Primer. I don't even have a marking on this because I was all the way down at the bottom last month, but I told you guys it takes me a while to get through this primer because I only need a small amount. So this morning I squeezed out every little last bit from this tube so it's easier to get to, and I know how much product I'm working with. So I have it all squeezed into this little jar here, and this is quite a bit of product. I think I'll be able to finish this in a month for sure, but this amount right here might last me definitely 2 weeks, but maybe even more than that. But this is my #1 Holy Grail pore filling primer, so I don't mind using this, but I have quite a few little minis, and I do have a full size of this, so I would like to get this used up, but I am enjoying using this, and my ColourPop review will be coming soon, so I will be able to dedicate more time to using that. And then same thing really happened with this Too Faced Peach Perfect Mattifying Loose Powder. Because I'm testing out some face powders for my ColourPop review, I was focusing on those more, but I did get some good use out of this one, and I didn't mark it, but I'm just a little bit below this line. But if you guys look at my last video and today, you can tell there's a lot less powder in this jar. I just don't think I was measuring it very well, and I did finally pop out the sifter so I can get every last bit out of this. I love the packaging. I love this powder. I'm so happy I put it in this project because I've absolutely fallen in love with it. And you guys know I do have to mix this with the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder in Fair because this one oxidizes on me, and that one is a really great light shade to help get the perfect color for me and the perfect formula. This is my holy grail. That one and the Maybelline mixed together is my holy grail face powder combination. I don't really want to go back to pressed powder or try any other loose powder, so I'm gonna be sad when this is used up because this is very expensive, but it lasted me a long time. And as I said, because I put it in this project, I absolutely fell in love. So I definitely do think I'll be able to finish it by the finale. And then the last two products I have are my Anastasia eyeshadows from the Modern Renaissance palette, Raw Sienna and Burnt Orange. I'm using them in combination with Get Lucky, but I haven't really used these very much because I have been focusing on my palette of the month. And honestly, doing palette of the month videos and trying to pan eyeshadows especially when I only put makeup on for videos, has been very challenging. It's really hard to pan makeup and use your other makeup when you don't have a job to go to, or you only put makeup on filming days. I'm certainly noticing that now, so I actually doubt that I'll be able to hit pan on these my next month, because I'm using Palette of the Month eyeshadows today. I'm not giving up on these. If I don't hit pan on them, I'll just put them in another project to hit pan on. I love these shadows a ton, and I'm not upset by it. But basically, I know for me, I can hit pan on Anastasia eyeshadows if I use them like 4 or 5 times a week for between 2 to 3 months, and I just haven't been putting that much use into these, so I doubt that I'll be able to hit pan by the finale, but that will be okay because I feel really successful with everything that I've accomplished. And as I said, I'll just move these to a future project, but this is where we stand right now. The dips may be slightly bigger than last time, but I honestly doubt it. So guys, that was my second update for my Project Tin Pan Summer Edition. If you guys are doing a project pan right now, I would love to know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.